Welcome in, everybody. We are back with a brand new season and a brand new legend, Ballistic. Ballistic has the passive of Sling, the tactical of Whistler, and the ultimate of Tempest. Ballistic is also an assault character, so they get access to assault weapon bins and can carry extra ammo. Moving into Ballistic's passive ability, the Sling, this allows him to store a third weapon, however this weapon cannot have any attachments. Because this third weapon has no attachments, I think it's pretty useful to store a weapon that I like to call a finisher weapon in that slot. What I mean by this is storing a weapon that you can use to quickly pull out and finish an enemy that is low. A weapon such as a shotgun or the wingman or any of the SMGs. This weapon you can quickly pull out, finish that fight, and then move back to your primary weapons. Those three types of weapons I just mentioned also do pretty well without attachments, making that spot even more useful. Those weapons also don't need that much ammo, so therefore you can conserve a bit of that inventory spots when you're using them as your sling weapon. I wouldn't recommend using your sling weapon more than you have to. Because it has no attachments, rushing into fights with that weapon when it's not necessary is going to cause you to lose more engagements than you need to. I do really enjoy how the sling weapon pairs really well with the assault abilities that the Ballistic gets. Having that extra ammo per slot in your inventory really helps if you have 2 or even 3 different types of ammo you're working with your 3 weapons. It will take some getting used to having 3 weapons though. I found in most fights when I would have switched to my sling weapon, I was instead just switching back to my secondary because of the fact that that's the buttons that I was used to. And so in the quick mindset of a fight in Apex, I switched back to my secondary, which may or may not have been reloaded, when I could have switched to my sling weapon to finish off a fight. But this will just take some time of playing the legend and making it become second nature. As you play the legend more and more, you'll get used to having that sling weapon and using it more frequently. Something to take note of is that gold weapons and red weapons cannot be made your sling weapon. This is due to the attachments that they already have intact. If you have enjoyed playing Ballistic so far or have any thoughts on the legend, please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Moving on to Ballistic's tactical, the Whistler. The Whistler is a smart bullet that shoots a projectile to heat up someone's gun as they use it. If they overheat, similar to like using an L-Star, this will cause damage to the person shot with it. It also does 20 damage on impact, and if you hold it, it can lock on to your enemies. It does have a range for that lock-on ability. I really enjoyed using the Whistler for a couple of different reasons. The first being that the lock-on ability is fairly quick and fun to use, so you can instantly lock on to your opponents, and the animation for it when it shoots is also fairly quick, so you can get that 20 damage in as an entry wound. This can really help you win fights because that 20 damage can mean a lot in a very close fight. I did find that sometimes when I was in doorways and in certain areas that the lock-on ability didn't work fully correctly, and that could be a glitch or a bug that they're going to fix, but just something to note. One thing you do have to be careful about with the tactical is that it will lock onto decoys also, so just make sure you're aware of where the decoys are before you fire it. The next thing I really liked about this ability is the information it gives you. When you lock onto an enemy, it allows you to see completely where they are, and also if it hits them, which it normally does when it locks on, you then can get information of what armor they have before you fully launch into that fight. Add on to the fact that the Whistler can be shot at the ground, much like an ash snare, and the fact that the overheating can cause more damage to your opponents and cause them not be able to really reload their weapon. And this is just a solid tactical that really sets Ballistic apart from a lot of the legends. Now finally, Ballistic's ultimate, Tempest. There are 2 main parts to the Tempest ability. One, nearby teammates get faster reloads, faster arm movement speed, akin to like Maggie, and they get infinite ammo, and you get all these upgrades also. This in itself is extremely good. It can allow you and all your teammates to get a very nice buff, especially in a close quarters fight where you're all in a building or you're pushing a building, and you can all work in that buff area together because those faster reload speeds are very fast. It's very nice to move faster, and having that infinite ammo will make both the sling weapon and everybody else's weapons just that much more effective. Now the second part of this ultimate is the sling weapon will be upgraded to gold. Now not only does this make the sling weapon that much better, but it does also give you situational advantages, such as if you have a close range weapon, it will have that digi threat, and you can then see through smokes. Now if you opt to not go for a close range weapon, which there is some thought to that, then it essentially makes you like a Vantage if you take a marksman or a sniper rifle, because you'll be essentially, for those 30 seconds that you have the ultimate up, getting a very good sniper or marksman weapon that'll allow you to hit your enemies at range if you're not running a ranged loadout with your other weapons. If you do end up getting any kills with the ultimate while you have it active, much like Bloodhound's ultimate, it will increase the time it's active for by 6 seconds. All in all, I think this ultimate is very good with both aspects really upgrading your ability to take fights, and I think the more aggressive players will really enjoy this character. Overall, I've really enjoyed playing Ballistic so far. I think he's a very fun legend, and I think most people will enjoy playing him, just given the versatility. And I noticed when I was playing him in the open lobbies that more people were trying to pick him, and I haven't seen that with the last couple of legends, so I think his pick rate will be fairly high. I also think he does have some use in ranked, and you will see some play even in ALGS, because I think the legend is very good. And I think some of your very aggressive teams like your Furia will really enjoy having a Ballistic on the team so they can push even more effectively. I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I will see you on the next one.